Hi everyone, it's Bobby. I am sharing with you today 4 albums that I have created to house my ephemera. Let me kind of move them out of the way here a little bit. This one is going to house all of my simple stories and Echo Park. Each of the albums is 8.5 tall, 7 wide, with a 2.5 inch spine. And I've just decorated the outside of the album. They're all using the lay flat album that Tammy created, I think probably over a year ago, and it's such an easy way to create your album. But I have so much ephemera, and what I showed in the picture is just a small portion of it. So I created these albums with sleeves that you can purchase at any hobby shop, any craft shop, and I just decorated the inside of the album. Let me get this one out of the way so you can see. And there's 8 pages in each one, and I just started filling this one a little bit so that you could see. And then this page has, that's another full one. This one has 2 pockets where you can put in from the center and from the top. And then in the very back I have pages that have 2 small inserts from the top and then a center pouch. And I thought those would be neat for really small things, and like when you have word strips and things like that. So like I said, this one is for Echo Park and Simple Stories, and it's wrapped in Artisan White. This one is wrapped in the navy, and this is for all of my Country Craft Creations ephemera, and I haven't put anything in it yet. This is her Country Bunny paper. I thought it was so pretty, and I just used some little metal corners that I had in my stash and just decorated it all around. And this is just using scraps left over from previous projects that I've created. This one is for my Tim Holtz, and this is using some of his backdrop paper, some of his miniature people, and another one of his die cuts. And I put some gears on the side, and on the back I just have a collage of more of the backdrops with a butterfly and a floral. And I did coat the outside of each of these albums with Mod Podge because I know they'll take a lot of handling, and I want to be able just to wipe them down with the damp cloth and keep them clean. And then the 4th one was supposed to be for miscellaneous, but when I went through my graphic 45 papers that I have left, I discovered I have a lot more than what I realized I did. So I may end up making this one just for graphic 45 and make another one for everything else I have that doesn't fall into one of these 4 categories. I just put one of their little book plates on the front, and this has got all your 8 pages in it. And this one is wrapped in Artisan Craft. So that's what I have for you. I'm really happy with them, and I know it's going to help me get stuff out of all those little pockets, because those little pouches that you buy them in, because I know that if it's out of sight, I forget I've got it and I don't use it. And I've got so much stuff that I can't put out because I have such a small space. This will really help me because I can put these 4 on a shelf, and I know by the spine what's in it. I know this is Tim Holtz, and I know this is going to be Simple Stories because I love that paper. I've had that paper for a while and I hated to even use it. I did make one project with it, but the colors are just beautiful. So I hope this will be something to be useful to you. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I'm anxious to get them all filled and see how much I can get out of packages and get things cleaned up. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Now there will be a short tutorial showing how I created the spine and attaching the pages. I do have a tutorial on the lay flat album. If you haven't created that before, look in the description box and I'll put a link there to that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Hey y'all, it's Bobby. I am working on these ephemera books. I think of the right word here this morning. I just wanted to share with you how I'm doing the hinge and inserting the pages. I have made all 4 of my albums. Before you see this tutorial, you will actually see the 4 albums in the walkthrough, showing you how I created, or what each one looks like. But for the hinge, we're going to have 4 pieces. They're all 8.5 long. The first one is 3 inches wide. The second one is 2.5. Then we have 2 and 1.5. And on each of them, you'll score it 1/2 inch on each long side. So then you'll want to burnish each one really well. There's the one I like the best. And they will stack one on top of the other. But when you burnish them, I like to burnish forwards and backwards so that you break down these fibers and your pages will turn easier. Of course, they're going to be stiff when you first use them, but once they're used, they loosen up as time goes along. Now, I have placed score tape on each one of these 1/2 inch areas. I've used 3/8 inch score tape, and that's what we're going to attach our pages to. So when you turn this one up like this, then this next one will go right down the center of it, and then you'll see how they lay. And that's going to make your, what did you call it? Stack the deck. I couldn't think of the name. It's been around for a long time. And there's a lot of times I prefer it over the hidden hinge, but you know, you can use whichever one you like. I did make a hidden hinge for this in the beginning, and it was just way too bulky, and I could only get 5 pages in it. If I pushed it, I probably could have got 6, but with this method I can get 8 pages, so I can store a lot of ephemera that way. Can y'all hear the baby crying? He's having a fit this morning. I can hear him in the back. Poor little fella, he's having a hard time with his teeth. And that one will sit down the middle of that. And we'll just stack them so on and so forth. And then they'll sit right in the middle of your spine. So let's burnish these. Now I'm going to attach each of my hinges to each other with our glitter glue. You can use score tape if you want to. It just grabs too quick for me, and I like to have the time to kind of fidget it around and make sure it's going to be exactly where I want it. So I'm going to burnish it back this way. And this way. One more to go. One sits in there. Be surprised if she doesn't come out here with a baby anytime now, because when he gets carrying on like that, she usually brings him out here to me because she can't get him to quiet down. She said, "I don't know how you do it, Nana." I guess it's just years of experience is all I can tell her. Many, many babies over the years. Not all mine, of course. I only had the 3 daughters, but lots of grandkids, lots of babysitting. Years ago, I had an in-home daycare because I didn't want to go to work. I wanted to stay home with my kids, so I had an in-home daycare. So I've had lots of kids over the years. Okay, we're going to start with the biggest one. And this one's going to sit right down the middle. You want to line it up at the top and the bottom and leave yourself an equal margin on both sides. And then we're going to attach this right to the middle of the spine. I've already created all 4 of my albums. Oops, I keep running off the edge. Make sure I've got plenty of glue because we don't want this sucker moving around. Okay, line it up at the top. Make sure it's even. on both sides, and then burnish it in there. Do the same thing with the third one. At least with the art glitter glue, you have a little wiggle room to adjust it if you don't get it in there exactly where you want it the first time. And score tape doesn't let you do that. I know a lot of people put score tape down and then glue on top of it, and you could do that too. But I didn't do that this time, so right in the center, lined up at the top. Move it over a little bit. Right there. I think that's the same. That looks good. One to go. Now for this last album, I went through all my graphic 45 that I got left, and I had some pieces from ABC Primer, I think it's called, and Playtime Past. So I kind of mixed those two up. Took a little bit of paper from each collection and did it that way. But it allowed me to have enough paper to, because I didn't have enough of either one to do what I wanted to do. So here's your 8 pages, 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'm going to let these set up before I start attaching the pages. But here's my cover. And it's going to go right in here just like that. So I'm going to glue that down and let it set up for a little bit, and then I'll come back with you and we'll add our pages. But I've just got so bloomin' much ephemera, all these little packages everywhere, and it's, if you can't have them out where you can see them, you forget, at least I do, I forget I've got them. And I'll make a project, and after the fact, then I find things and think, man, I wish I'd have known I had that. I could have used it in that album. But, you know, that's the way I am. So this is going to sit right in the center. Bring it down just a hair. And over this way. Oops, not too far, Bobby. That's I can still go over a little bit more. Right there. Will be perfect if we get it straight. And it looks straight over there, and it looks straight over here. So let's burnish this little dude down. I've got this awl that's got the perfect little ball end on it. Get in here. Okay, put my pen back in my glue. And I can add whatever I, want to in here. I've got lots of little cut-aparts, postcards. I thought this would really be cute in here. This book belongs to. And I'll put a piece of black cardstock behind it so it shows. And I've got lots of little embellishments I can decorate it with. This one, isn't that cute? Another tag. This one had all kinds of tags with it. So I can decorate the inside of my book. That one. A little report card. What is this? I think it's a library card. And another tag, so I can decorate up the inside of that. And then I've got clocks. And I've got a ruler, a printed ruler. It's really cute, so I can work on that later, but I want to let this set up before I attach anything to it, so I will be back with you and we'll do that. Here's the front of that album. Isn't that cute? And I just put this red print on the back. So there you go. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, to add these pages, I'm going to turn my book sideways and push all these little page flanges out of my way. And we're going to take the tape off the first one. Now these pages, the package said they were 8. And when I actually opened them, they were 8.5. So I trimmed 1/4 inch off the top of mine. But if you make your book 9 high instead of 8.5, then you won't have to trim them. So I'm going to put this, you see this little seam line here? I want that to hang off the edge of the hinge. And I'm just going to stick that down. And then I have in your cut list that you'll have 8 strips, 3/8 inch wide, and you'll need to use a 1/4 inch score tape. And just line it up at the top and the bottom and put it right up over the top of that one. Oops, I'm out of line. Our glitter glue will not hold these down, so don't try it. It doesn't work. That's still... Let me get my corner lined up here. I'm too busy talking. There we go. Lay it right down. Then bring your second flange down. Take off your backing. Line it up with your first one from top and bottom. Let your little perforated line there hang off the edge. Lay down there. Just like that. And then take another one of your strips, put it right over the top, and you'll do that for all 8 pages. Now you'll see that you have a bigger space in the center. That's only a 1/2 inch, but if your pages get really bulky with ephemera, if some of your pages get really chunky, then you've got that extra space that will keep your book from looking like a gator mouth. So there you go, there's number 2. So we'll just continue on until we get all 8 pages in. And I'll be back with a walkthrough and I will show you all 4 albums. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Oh, by the way, if this is your first time building a lay flat method like this, this is the 3-part lay flat album cover. I will put a link to the description in the description box to a tutorial that I have on how to build this. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.